Hi class, this is Mrs. Baker and this is the first video of Circle Wars getting started here. If you haven't already, make sure you're signed in to your Scratch account and click on Create so that we can create a new game. So we'll start our new project and name it Circle Wars once it gets loaded here. Here we go. Up at the top where it says Untitled, like I just said, make sure that you name it Circle Wars. That way you can find it. Go ahead and click Save Now. And we will start on step 1. Click the paintbrush symbol at the top of the sprites list to paint a new sprite. So go ahead and paintbrush. We want to draw a blue circle using the bitmap mode, and then we will also continue drawing other circles, but for right now we're going to draw the blue circle. Make sure that you select blue, circle option, and we want to make sure that the circle option that we choose down here, it's a circle that is shaded in. We don't want to use the circle that's not shaded. This will just make it so that you can't see through it, and that will make it a lot easier as we're playing the game later on. So we want to select the solid color, and then let's see here, using the shift key like we did in Cheese Chase, when you use the shift key, it helps make the circle look like an actual circle. There's no jagged edges around it. It's going to look a lot neater and cleaner. So as you are pulling your circle and making it into the actual shape, if you hold down the shift key first and then press on your trackpad and drag, it's going to create a circle. And I'm going to show you the difference. The first one is just a circle without clicking the shift button. And then the second one is using the shift button. Okay, when you hold that shift key down, it just makes a better circle rather than an oval. That was some of the problems that the book was saying that other people had, so it gave the option of using the shift key to help make sure that it was a circle, not an oval, and then just so it would be a clearer look to the circle as well. So I'm going to delete this one right here. Just erase it. Erase it a little bit bigger. There we go. This should be about similar to the size of the cat. So I'm going to see. Maybe make it just a tad bit smaller. I'll get my select tool here. I'm messing up now. We'll start over. There we go. That's a good size circle for us to use. When we're happy with the size, go ahead and keep it, and then what you want to do is delete the cat. You can use one of these stamp tools up here, or you can use your right click that we were using in the past 2 games as well, whichever you feel more comfortable and works best for you. Let's go ahead and delete the cat, and now I have just my blue circle here. We want to make sure, going back to the blue circle, that it is center for our game. Let's go ahead and center the circle. Makes it a little bit easier. There we go. So as we're playing, it's going to be in the center of the game and just work easier. Go ahead and rename the circle player, because this is who you will be as you are playing the game. So we need to make sure that that is named correctly. Okay, now we're going to make the object of the game. We're going to make the friends and we're going to make the enemies. So it says you can make the green friend and the red enemy circles. You can use other colors if you'd like, but make sure that you can easily tell them apart from the other circles. For the sake of the video, I'm going to use the colors that the book has. As you're building your game though and constructing your game, use whatever colors you'd like. Just make sure they all have a definite distinction between them. You don't want a couple different shades of blue or really pastel looking colors. You want to have distinct different colors as you are making your game. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to start by, instead of making a new circle for each one, I want to keep them the same size. I don't want to have to mess around with sizing, deleting, resizing, things like that. So what I want to do is duplicate my blue circle. Let's go ahead and duplicate. Now, once I click on each circle, I can fill it in with a different color. So I have my green as my player 2, and I will have red as my player 3. Actually, red, I think I'm going to make more of like a pink color. There we go. So I have the player, the friend, and the enemy. Now, go ahead and once we filled our colors, you can go ahead and rename them. So, like I said, player 2, which is the green, is friend. And then player 3, which is pink, is enemy. There you go. We have completed up to step 8. You should have 3 circles, and you should have them renamed as player, friend, and enemy. Now, similar to Star Hunter, we are going to add a score display so we can see how we are doing throughout the game. And we're also going to make the player bubble stick to the mouse. Okay, so remember, we want to use that same format and those same blocks to make it so that the mouse is sticking to that blue player so you can drag that around. So if you look at step 9 and 10, we need to make a new variable. So go down to data, make a variable. We'll name it score, and this will be for all sprites. That should go up on your screen somewhere. And then we want to add the script to the blue circle. So again, make sure you're on blue and go ahead and begin making your script so that the mouse basically sticks to your blue circle. So we want to set the score to 0 when this starts. We need a forever block. And we need, oh, where is it here? Go to, here we go, go to mouse pointer. So when I start my game, I should be able to move my blue circle and it will stick to my mouse. The pink and the green will not do anything yet. So there we go. Every time I move my mouse, it is stuck to my blue circle. Okay. Now, since we only have the 2 extra sprites beside the players, we want to make what's called an army of clones. And this is what makes the game more interesting, more fun. So I'm going to kind of show you what the magic is behind cloning. Okay, so before you create your own clone, let's get a hand on how to randomly move the sprites around the stage, so the pink and the green. So first step I want you to do is select the green sprite. Okay, from here we need to add the script that you see beside step 11. Okay, we want to make sure that the circle bounces around the stage with a random change of direction of every 250 steps. And if you'll notice as you're looking at the script, it needs to point in a certain direction. And it also, if it goes towards an edge, it needs to bounce off the edge so it doesn't get lost and we can't find it anywhere. So go ahead and build your script here right off to the side. And again, once you have all of your blocks in, that's when I like to go back and make sure that all of my numbers are entered in correctly. Making sure that I have negative signs where I need them. Make sure you and your partner are discussing and having correct scripts done. Okay, now go ahead and run your script, and we should be able to see like a random direction of the green dot as we are moving. Okay, so now we know that he moves, but we still don't have the cloning part done. That's what we're going to add next. So go ahead and stop your script. Okay, so we run the project. We see that it's an unpredictable way. He's not going in a triangular route like the octopus was in Star Hunter. We just want it to bounce around, basically. So now what we're going to do is make a clone. Okay, so we can create a clone of myself using the yellow control blocks. So in your script here, we're going to add something right between these two, the forever and the repeat loop block. So go to your control button, and on step 13 you'll see that we need to find the block that says create a clone of the friend sprite after each 250 step movement. So create clone of myself, that gets added right here. Now we're going to run the project, and we're going to see the direction of the sprite change, and then it's also going to leave a copy of itself, or a clone. And you'll see it's almost a pale green color as we run it. So go ahead and hit the green flag and see how it looks. There you go. So now you start seeing all of these green circles, and that is how it should look. Those are all the clones that we see. Okay, so if you are having trouble with that, make sure you raise your hand and I'll try and help and see where you and your partner might have gone wrong. But if you had a similar route of the green circle and you had the clones working, you're doing just fine. We are going to stop there. We're going to start on step 15 in the next video. Again, go ahead and raise your hand if you need help. If you think you're correct, go ahead and save your game where you left off, and we will get started on step 15 when we return.